Hey everybody, welcome back to No Jumper News. It's Adam22 here with your man AD. Let's get right into these stories. So first story, young Bleu called out Tory Lanez for not showing love or credit in his Mind Still freestyle. Last October, young Bleu dominated the Billboard charts when Drake hopped on the remix of You're Still Mine, which has racked up over 45 million streams since it dropped. Tory Lanez released his own remix of the song, but failed to give any credit on YouTube or his social media to show love. Young Bleu didn't appreciate Tory not reaching out and took to Instagram to let out his frustration, calling Tory out directly. Remix is cool, but show love, he wrote in a since deleted post. Y'all dudes weird. At Tory Lanez, I reached out to you on some let's work shit. You never responded. That's cool. Never gonna get mad at that. But want to remix my song and don't even acknowledge a young dude trying to come up? You rap dudes be on some house shit. Ain't no more biting my tongue with you dudes. If you liked my song enough to remix it, at least at a dude coming up in the same lane. Show love. Dudes be acting scary. I'ma come direct and ain't finna subtweet shit. He also posted a video threatening to have Tory's song taken down.
Man, hey look, I hope it ain't take you long to record that song. I hope you ain't spend a lot of money, 12 hours in the studio recording that song, cause soon you upload that bitch on YouTube, that bitch finna come straight down. So go get your money back, go get a refund, go get a receipt. Boy, you didn't tag me, you didn't show love, that shit coming down, did it. Bye-bye.
That led to Tory tweeting Bleu saying he was a fan and he loved his music at Young Bleu. Crazy thing is, I love your music and your song. That's why I remixed it. You're an incredible artist and I've been listening to you since Unappreciated. But if you feel some sort of way, we can just talk like men over the phone and not social media. Love, bro. Shortly after, Tory shared a short clip to his Instagram story revealing the two seemingly worked things out and even linked up in the studio.
Nah, I officially am gonna tag him on anything I ever do, ever in life. In life, my nigga. Nah, we here. We just made a hit. We gonna keep making hits.
This Young Bleu thing, I gotta say, this is some new school shit because, you know, my generation of rap fandom and whatnot, everybody was hopping on each other's beats and it wasn't even a conversation. Like, you know, remember like Lil Wayne, like at one point, like completely mounted a comeback where he wasn't really like the biggest artist. He basically like reignited his whole career by just fucking everybody else's beats up. And I sometimes miss that era. And it's like kind of now with like streaming and everything, it's like so much more difficult for a rapper to just put out a song over somebody else's beat. Young Bleu is a young artist. So he's obviously looking at the situation with Tory like it's disrespectful. I kind of see it more from Tory's perspective where I'm used to rappers just hopping on a beat or doing a little remix of a song and like asking for permission or whatever. It's like, it's already a sign of respect to take somebody else's beat and hop on it. I mean, I guess maybe it's a sign of respect sometimes. Sometimes it does feel like sort of a subtle sub-diss. But yeah, I feel like this is like very much a sort of generational thing because somebody from Young Bleu's generation doesn't have a lot of examples to look at and be like, oh, it's normal to just rap on somebody else's beat. To him, this is almost like a real remix when it comes out. Like he feels like it needs to be treated like an actual business arrangement.
Yeah, you ain't gotta ask a nigga, tag a nigga to rap on his beats and shit. Like you said, Wayne did that shit. He's made a career of doing that shit. You feel me? He still do it to this day. And I think the fact that Bleu said he reached out to Tory and got no response, but did his song, that probably was the key factor of why he felt a certain way, you know, and I guess that's why he was being vocal. So I really don't think it got nothing to do with his song or being tagged.
Right, and I think that the great thing, though, is that they were able to work this out so quickly that they were in the studio together that night. That's pretty cool because, you know, we're really not used to seeing things go from Twitter disrespect to linking up in the studio that quick. That was kind of surprising to me, but also very, very nice to see.
That's what real men do, man. Chop it up, away from everybody, and keep moving on, man. We don't need no more hatred and beefs in this world. It's just fucked up enough.
There it is.
Next story. In a lengthy statement posted on Instagram, Justin Timberlake publicly apologized to Britney Spears and Janet Jackson, stating that he cared for and respected these women and knows he failed. Following the recent release of the documentary Framing Britney Spears, Justin Timberlake has been criticized for contributing to Britney's very public breakdown and controlling the narrative about the end of their relationship. I've seen the messages, tags, comments, and concerns, and I want to respond. I am deeply sorry for the times in my life where my actions contributed to the problem, where I spoke out of turn or did not speak up for what was was right. I understand I fell short in these moments, and in many others benefited from a system that condones misogyny and racism. I specifically want to apologize to Britney Spears and Janet Jackson both individually because I care for and respect these women, and I know I failed. Although he does not mention specific examples of the things he regrets or how he's failed, he goes on to address the flawed music industry that he said sets men, especially white men, up for success. The industry is flawed. It sets men, especially white men, up for success. It's designed this way. As a man in a privileged position, I have to be vocal about this. Because of my ignorance, I didn't recognize it for all that it was while it was happening in my own life. But I do not want to ever benefit from others being pulled down again. It's Britney, bitch.
This is what I want. I want Britney Spears to do a 1 hour unedited interview on camera for the whole world to see about her life. And then we can all sort of sit back and rate her sanity, because that's the one thing that you really don't get to see in this Framing Britney Spears or documentary, Freeing Britney Spears, whatever, is you don't really get to see her now being a normal person or interacting or whatever. Like, you know, you see her on her Instagram clips, and I'm gonna be honest with you, she looks kind of kooky in her Instagram clips. Now, I agree that maybe like her dad having complete control over her finances and everything is messy, and that seems like, you know, if she doesn't want him to be the one in charge of her shit, then that's understandable. But I still very much wonder to what extent she's really got it together mentally. And I know this has nothing to do with Justin Timberlake, but I just wanted to say that.
Are you aware of what he's talking about with Janet Jackson?
Yeah, how his career went on as normal, and she was essentially kind of blacklisted from the industry after the whole nip slip thing, which never really made much sense because...
It's an accident.
Yeah.
It's just like, but I remember watching that shit, and I couldn't believe that.
I was so hyped. As a young kid who was like attracted to Janet Jackson, I was like, free nipple?
He said, better have you naked by the end of this song.
I know, and like you think about it, as a pop star, you put so much effort and time into the whole world not seeing your nipples. It's like hard for me to imagine because the whole world has seen my cock. But you know, that's a big deal. The whole world never sees your nipples. All of a sudden, everyone in the whole world has seen Janet Jackson's nipple, one nipple. Yeah, Justin, I don't know. Do you think that do you think he needed to apologize for this?
Nah.
But there has been a shitload of backlash because
what the fuck did he do?
The documentary made him look bad because he basically, when Britney had her whole little meltdown, oh no, it was when they broke up, he publicly sort of like changed the narrative and made it about her cheating on him and her being this crazy girl or whatever, which I don't know, maybe she was. Like the whole thing is this whole documentary is sort of like set out to make it look like Britney's really got her shit together and she's totally fine. And I just don't really see any reason to believe that, even though they did a pretty good job painting that picture the same way that like Tiger King does a pretty good job of making Joe Exotic seem like a somewhat reasonable, non-murderous human being.
I'm not going to speak of him anymore after what you've taught me about him, so.
Yeah, that's all right. YouTubers, like, comment, and subscribe, and we will talk to y'all again next week. Appreciate you.